Okay, this is lesson 36 and it's all about managing inventory and supply chains. Now there's a huge concept here called mass customization. Now mass customization is using mass customization, so producing loads and loads of vehicles at once, etc., but also being aware of the customer, so individually customizing each specific car or thing that you are in fact creating. So, and this can happen because you've got CAD and CAM, so use of flexible computer-aided manufacturing systems to produce custom outputs. Those systems use the low unit costs of mass production, but they can also individually customize each particular item that you have. And the key thing is that there is not an increase in cost when you go and actually do this. Any firm that carries this out gets a huge strategic advantage and economic value. Now, I'm not quite sure that this definitely means, therefore, that they customize each individual car. Right, there are certain firms who do that. For instance, the Morgan car, I think what they really do is they get a whole collection of niche markets and they say, okay, so we want some gold hybrid Toyota cars, and so they can produce 100 gold hybrid Toyota cars, and it's not going to cost them any more than it did originally. So once again, this gives a firm a strategic advantage and it increases the economic value of those vehicles. Another quote down here: effectively postponing the task of differentiating a product for a specific customer until the last point in the supply chain. Okay, so that is mass customization. Obviously a major part of just-in-time and everything else is the use of suppliers. And what do we base our decisions upon? Payment terms, price, quality, flexibility, speed of supply, pretty reliability, how much can they actually produce, pretty obvious sort of things on there. So you just got to learn these particular points on here. And then we get into the issue of stocks, because although just in time supposedly doesn't hold any stocks, other systems do. So we have this buffer stock system over here. Now within this system you have the total costs here, costs, quantity of stock held. Now, if you go out of stock, right, then that's going to create a really big problem for the firm, obviously. But if you hold loads and loads of stocks, you're not going to run out, but it's going to cost you more and more and more. So you have a situation here, which is like the minimum point on the total cost curve. And this is where you have the optimum situation of where you do have some stocks, but you don't hold too many. And this is shown by this particular diagram on here. Not particularly my favourite subject because it's all about stock control and personally I find it a little bit boring, but so let's go through it quite quickly. You have your maximum stock levels here, okay, you can't get any higher than that. You have your minimum stocks here, it's called a buffer stock. Apologies. And we have the reorder level here, and we have a thing called a lead time. So as soon as the stocks go down to here, right, then according to this diagram on here, it's going to take us, this is weeks on here, maybe 5 days to order the stock. So in the meantime, that stock will continue to fall, and that is called the lead time, the normal time taken between ordering new systems, new stocks and their deliveries. You order the stock, the new stock arrives, and you go back up to 300. So you always have your buffer stock available. But it's quite clearly, if you run out of stocks, that's a very serious situation. So you have a reorder level here, which is when you reorder the stocks. You have a buffer stock in case the stocks don't quite arrive on time, and we also have a lead time, which is how long these stocks are going to take you to come. And that's it. The minimum stocks that should be held to ensure that production should still take place. So that should say place on there. Okay. Stock holding costs. Well, there's an opportunity cost of holding lots of stock because you have to pay for it, you've got to look after it. It may become obsolete, and there are the initial effect of the storage costs. This is going to cost you money. However, if you don't hold enough stocks, you may lose sales, idle production resources, and every time you make special orders, it becomes much more expensive. So you have to work out the right economic order, quantity or optimization on there. However, right, we've done lean production, that means no waste, and within their system, they do not hold stocks. But this one here, mass customization, is obviously pretty huge in terms of what manufacturers can now do for the customer. Thank you.